Trades events. My name is Frank Christian. I'll be showing you guys some cool stuff today. So the first half of the events will be looking into importing an avatar, and as some of you are pretty familiar with these type of avatars, you probably know where it's from. So if you have access to getting those models, yeah, I'll be showing you guys how to get it rigged, as well as adding some mouth movement, because it just adds into the immersiveness. If someone's talking, their mouth's moving, that's pretty important. And before we start, you do have an option of grabbing a tablet from the front entrance. You guys can probably see, everyone can see the screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
So yeah, if you want to grab a tablet so you could see it closer to your face, just come over here with me. And right over here, there's a portable tablet. You could just grab it so you have it with you. Yep, so for those of you who would like to see the screen more up close, you could grab the tablet. There's also buttons on the bottom here. You could adjust the size of it if you do want it to be bigger, smaller. You can make it into like a small little phone size if you really want to, for no reason. There you go. I'll make mine tiny,
This is
because why not?
really cool.
So, yeah, well, let's start. So first of all, once you have your model, either it's FBX or GLB, you drop it into Blender. Currently, I'm using the latest Blender version, 5.0 long-term support. If you do want to use something older, like 4.2 long-term support and whatnot, it's all fine as well. So first thing first, once you drop your avatar in the world, it might not be standing up straight. It could be laying down flat or whatnot. Let's see, that would be X. So R X to rotate. And you know what? Before go too in depth, can I see some jumps if you are familiar with Blender? If you guys have Blender or have used Blender before.
I've used it a little.
Okay, so a few of you. So yeah, I'll go more details if with all the keystroke and shortcut. And Barry, I got your message. I'm gonna send that link to you right now. It's the same one that I've sent to you before. So give me one moment. I'll send it to you again.
Hey, time zone.
I sent you a friend request.
This is a different account. Okay, well, the link, my stream link is exactly the same as the one I sent you, but I can send it to you again. It's no big deal. Let's see. I'm gonna pin it in our chat so you have it for future reference. It's always gonna be the same. So Barry, hope you got it. All right. Yeah, and if anyone would like to record the session, you're more than welcome to do so. It just helps me out, so then I don't have to. One less thing for me to worry about. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. So, for example, if you do drop in your avatar, it might be. What was that? Okay, thanks, Barry. Yeah, so once you drop in your avatar, it might be laying down like this. Let me just quickly X.
You want a better
It'll be something like this if you import your Horizon avatar. So what you want to do first thing first is to stand it up straight. So you want to hit the R key on your keyboard, which stands for rotate. And you want to hit X. So why X is because it's the X-axis. So how you could tell is there's this gizmo at the very top right over here. You could see Y is basically the vertical axis, X and Y is the horizontal ones. You could also tell by the grid right here. So the red one is the X, green one is the Y. So a shortcut in Blender is basically using R key, stands for rotate. There's also scaling, which is S for scale, to scale it. And then, these would pretty much be the main shortcuts that you would be using. If you don't want to use keyboard shortcuts, there's also these buttons on the side here. So there's the rotate button, and it will actually bring up a gizmo for you to do rotation like so as well. So that's also an option if you're more comfortable with doing this. Same thing with scale, which is here. You could just drag these things. It's gonna stretch it. Also move, yes. So move, in shortcut, you need to remember is the word grab. So we're gonna be using G to move. So right now I'm moving it like so. If I'm using the shortcut, I can just hit G. So I have to click on the object first, hit G, and then I will be able to grab it. So 3 main shortcuts in Blender. G for grab, R for rotate, S for scale. Those would be what you use the most. But the tools are also on the side here. Okay, so I want to stand up straight. I can also type in R and then type in the word, the numbers 90. So you could rotate like that, but I need to lock it first. So I want to do R and then X-axis. So I type X and then 90. And now it's perfectly 90 degrees upright. And once you have done that, you may notice that, okay, so now the rotation, all these been set. There's also the scale. In Banter, you do want to make sure that when you import your avatar into Unity, the scale has to be all 1, or else it would behave unexpectedly. So first thing first, I'll try to clean up all these numbers here because it's all random numbers. How you get to that is by using your N key on your keyboard to bring up this little sign menu here. So N to open and close the sign menu, or you could click this little arrow. It would also bring that up.
If I'm
So
not seeing
we'll
anything
go to
happening,
item.
do I have to refresh?
Yes, if you do not see anything on the screen, if you see completely black, just rejoin the world. So open your menu, click rejoin.
I see the avatar, I
rejoin
just don't see
space.
anything happening to it.
Oh, is it frozen for you?
Yes,
You want
for me.
Okay, so yeah, click this reload button on the bottom right here. Or if you see the hand buttons on your left hand, you could click the house button as well. this up bigger. Okay, so I'm gonna move the avatar. Let me
Okay.
know if you see it moving around now.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so for whatever reason, if it freezes, there's the reload button for anyone who needs it, and also on your hand, right over here. Oops. Yeah, so position. Yeah, so right here, this little house icon, that's also to refresh the screen. If you see a completely black screen, you would just have to rejoin the world. Okay, let me put this back. Okay. So now, once we have it upright, we want to fix up these numbers. So what you want to do is just click on the mesh itself, and you go Control A, and you'll bring up this Apply menu. So what you want to do is apply all transforms. So now what it does is it's setting everything back to 0, which is what you want, scale all to 1, and the dimension would be actually a proper number. So in Banter, I do believe that the optimal height of an avatar is 1.75 meters. And what we could always do is getting a Ready Player Me avatar. I have previously made this kind of a guide. So this is my Ready Player Me avatar. And as you can see, it's slightly taller than my current avatar right now. So I can use that as a guide to adjust the height of it. So I just click my avatar and then hit S on my keyboard, and then I can adjust the scale. So as you can see, if you look at the dimensions number over there, once I increase it, everything increases, which is good. So I'll probably just kind of position them around the same height. Okay, so 1.79, that should be fine. Yep, that's about the same height. I can also move this forward a little bit so you could see the eye level. Oh, not that. The whole thing. Just move it forward. Yep, so about the same eye level. So that's good. And now I don't need that anymore. I can just right click, delete it. Okay. So once we have this ready, and click the object again, and now as you can see, the scale, it's a little bit higher than 1 now, which you do not want that, because as I mentioned earlier, once you import it into Unity, you want everything to be 111, else it might acts up weirdly sometimes. So what you want to do is hit Control A while hovering on the mesh. Apply all transform. So now it sets everything back to 1. And we're still keeping the exact same dimension, which is great. So now you have your avatar. The next thing is I'll add some mouth movement. And also I need to separate the head with the body. Because in order for Banter to work properly with any mouth movement, it needs to know your head mesh. So what I would do now is separate them. So what I normally do is use the gizmo to flatten it. So now I'm looking right straight at it. Oh, and one quick thing I want to mention for those of you who have not used Blender before is to move around, what you do is hold down your Shift key and then your middle mouse button. So the scroll wheel. That's how you move around. And in order to rotate around, you just hold down your middle mouth button. So just you hold down your scroll wheel. That's how you rotate around. To move around, hold down Shift with the middle mouth button. So those are the basic movement in Blender. Okay, so once I have it facing me, what I would do is I would go to wireframe mode. So there's these 4 little balls at the top right in your viewport. These are to help you transition between different modes. So there's the viewport shading solid, which is you won't see your texture. There's viewport shading with material preview. And then also there's the rendered, but we don't normally need to use render unless you're actually creating a scene in Blender and try to do lighting or the HDRI reflection, stuff like that. You usually don't really need to use that. So the first 3 balls are mainly what you were switching between. So now, in here, what I would like to do is go into edit mode by hitting your tab key. So tab key is to switch between the edit mode and object mode. You could also go to the top drop down menu here, object mode, edit mode. Yeah, so you could also do it that way if you don't want to just use the quick tab. So I want to select the entire head. So what I would do is go into edit mode and then start selecting stuff. But then you might notice
In wireframe.
there are
right?
some vertices which are not being selected properly because we're not in wireframe mode. So what you want to do is go to wireframe mode so you can actually see all the vertices. So then you could select them just like so. You could also switch between different modes. So on your keyboard, if you hit the number 2 key, now it's gonna be in edge mode. So now I can select individual edges. So number 2 key is edge mode, and then if I hit number 3 key, this is faces mode. So I can select individual triangles. And if I hit number 1, that's vertices. So all these vertex, little dots, that's how I can select them. So I'll just stay in vertice mode right now. And what I would do is, I want to select the entire head. The easiest way to do so, I'll just kind of go around here, leaving some part underneath, because if I go too much, it's going to select the clothes as well, which I do not want, or the body. And right now, what do I want to do is use the L key on your keyboard. So L stands for linked. So when you hit the L key, it's gonna start selecting stuff that are linked to whatever you're pointing at. So let's say if I just want to select the shirts, I press L key, it selects the entire shirt. Well, part of it at least. And so an L key is a very good handy tool to select parts of the mesh. Just undo all that, and now I'll just look around to make sure I've selected all vertices that are part of my head. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And sometimes you do also want to make sure that you're selecting the mouth that are inside as well. Okay, so now that's all selected. What I would do is right click on the selected part, and there's a separate option. So you go to separate by selection. So now if I exit my edit mode, go back to our shading, and I click on the head, and as you can see, it has created the second object, which is only the head. And if I hit G to grab and move it around, and now the head is separated. And I do notice I miss a little piece of hair there, so I will just go back, undo, back to, yep, so back to here. I'll just go ahead and I could use shading mode to see all the missing piece too, and then just hit L. So now that part is also being selected. I'll just right click, separate, selection, and exit edit mode. So now when I hit G to grab, the entire head is off. And then what I'm gonna do now is rename it. So now you have your body, and then we also have our head. So I'll just double click, rename it head. And there we go. So next thing, what I want to do is adding some mouth movement to it. So normally in Ready Player Me, we have a bunch of shape keys, which are visemes and like different mouth movement. But I believe if you got your avatar from Horizon Worlds, I don't think it would come with any shape keys as far as I know. So you would have to manually create them, which is a bit annoying. So I'm not gonna go into each viseme shape keys, which is like the A-E-I-O-U stuff, which would make it looks more natural, like when you talk to someone in real life. But what I would do is I would just create the mouth open and close movement. And in order for Banter to actually utilize that, you would actually have to name them as visemes as well. We'll go into that in a little bit. So first, what you want to do is create...
So hold on. I thought we discovered this yesterday, or recently. Basically, when you have the mouth open shape key, it seems it still might work, but you don't see it yourself. If you're looking at yourself in a mirror, if you're trying to see yourself talk,
that's correct.
It won't work.
That's something I'm going to go into later on as well. Yes.
Yeah, but to keep it simple, you can, at the moment, it seems like you can just do one mouth open shape key and other people will still see you talking.
Yes.
You just won't see it yourself.
Yes, that's something I'm going to go into as well. Yeah, so whenever anyone have questions or anything to say, please feel free to come up and then I'll megaphone you. Okay, so yeah, just like what Fire mentioned, if you do just mouth open, it's fine, but you won't see yourself. You won't see your own mouth opening. So you might be like, oh, why is it not working? But other people would see it. But in order for yourself to also see it, you want to add the visemes as well. So you would also see it in case you want to do some videos of yourself. You could, I don't know, do a selfie video, whatnot. You don't want to not see your own mouth moving. And it's actually very simple. It's actually not that complicated. So I'll show you guys. So now, once we selected the head, what you want to do is go into the Data tab, which is this little triangle here with the 3 dots, and you would see shape keys. So you want to add the press the plus button. It will first add this shape key called basis. So we want to leave that as is. You don't want to change anything with it. It's just going to tell it, okay, this is the original look of the mesh, and now you want to add a new one. It'll be named key 1, and you want to rename it to open mouth. So it's case sensitive, so you want to make sure that open is all small letters. And then mouth, only the M, it's capital. So open mouth, just like that. So now I have my open mouth shape key, or in Unity it's also known as blend shape. So now when I click on this number 1 here and drag left to right, it's gonna change the value, as you can see. So in order to edit it, we want to keep it at 1, because 0 is basically the close position, 1 is the open position. So what you want to do now in here, I'll go to the side view so I can see myself on the side. And just imagine what I usually do or help you understand where to put the kind of the jaw point is by just touching your own face in real life. So try to feel, okay, where your jaw is, where your mouth is going to be opening and closing. So it would be probably around here. So what I would do is hold down, I think, shift and then right click. Yep. So shift right click. It's going to be putting this thing called the 3D cursor. So once we have that pointing right at where your jaw is, you could go back to the front view, and you want to go into edit mode and select a few points. I'll work on the bottom part of the mouth first. So I usually select kind of the lips, and you hold down your shift key to select multiple individual vertices. And then, yeah, so around here, and then the jaw would also, the chin would also be opening and closing. And probably around the side of your mouth, of your face. Yeah, so you do want to kind of make sure they are all mirrored. This one, I think that's good enough. You could do a little bit more around the lips. Okay, so these points should be good. So now, when you go back to the side here, and what I want to do is, at the top here, you want to make sure that you're selecting the correct tool settings. So this little drop down here is transform pivot point. So we want to pivot using the 3D cursor. So click that. And then now, over here, proportional editing. So you also want to click that once to turn it on first. You could also use the O key. So the easy way to look at how to control Blender shortcuts is just by hovering over those options. It tells you, okay, shortcut O. Or let's say this one. Okay, this one doesn't have a shortcut. So yeah, 3D cursor. So O, you could turn that on and off real quick. And you also want to go into the drop down here, do connected only. So then what I mean by that is, let's say if I don't have connected only, when I go into editing these right now by using R, rotate, and yeah, right now as you can see, I'm moving the whole head. So what you want to do is scroll your scroll wheel, and as you can see, the number at the top there, proportional size starts moving, and you should also see a little circle. Yeah. So this is telling you the proportion part that is gonna be moving. So as you can see now, when I'm moving this, it moves the entire mouth at the top and all that, which I do not want. So you want to go in here, go to connected only, because theoretically your mouth should already have a gap. So when I go into rotation again and then move it, as you can see, the lips are being separated now, which is good. So I can use my scroll wheel to adjust the proportion to see how much I want the bottom part to move. Yeah, I might want to add a few more dots on the face just so it's just so it moves better. So I can probably click this one as well, hold down shift. Could also use the vertex wireframe mode. Yeah, so this one. So I hold down and then I press R, open it, Just a little bit, like so. Probably add a few more in the lips.
Hmm.
Good.
It's not working.
Yeah, so for the bottom part, that's about right. And now I would also need to move the top lips. So we could exit edit mode, and as you can see now, when we move our blend shape here between 1 and 0, it started moving. And now we're gonna work on our top lip. So same thing, make sure your open mouth is all the way to 1. And then we will go back to edit mode. And we'll keep that 3D cursor at exactly where it is. And we'll just select a few points on our top lip. Okay, let's go back to side view and rotate and open it up slightly. Yeah, usually your top lip don't move too much, so just slightly. And as you can see now, we do have some teeth inside, or like the mouth part. So we do also need to make sure those are moving as well. So we'll go back here. We'll just select the whole thing. Oh yeah, and yeah, and that's the thing. So this is the bottom mouth part, and we should actually connect those first, but that's okay. We will select the vertex. We'll just use grab, and we wanna snap them. So you could turn on this little what do you call it? Magnet. So I'll hit grab. Yes, fire
One thing that might help a little bit is hiding the mesh, because you can select the head and hide it temporarily to be able to see what's inside it easier.
Yeah, that's also a good tip. So you could, I think, press H to hide stuff. But I don't
Yeah,
think
Alt
any,
H.
because I do need to see the mouth. Sorry?
Yeah, and Alt H to unhide. But I mean, if you want to be able to just select the mouth, for example, like because it's being hidden behind the skin mesh, you can just hide the skin, select the mouth, and then unhide the skin again, so then you have what you want selected while you're seeing everything.
Yeah, that's one way to do it. But right now I do want to see the mouth so then I can connect them. So I'll just keep it as is, and then I'll just select, let's see. Yeah, so I turn on the magnets. Oh, here. Yeah, so the transformation, I think. Yeah, you do want a median point. What's I doing? go back here. What I do is make sure connected only is on, and then I'll do the grab, and now I can bring up the proportion. Now I can fix these vertices here, so then they are linked to the mouth. So, same thing for the top. Proportionals. Same thing for the other side. Yeah, and I think if you, I'm not sure if you turn on mirroring, it might actually be doing it at the same time, but too late for that. Proportional, B, proportional. Anyways, good enough. And now we also want to open up the teeth. So I think if I select the linked, let's see. There you go. Yeah, so it actually selects the whole teeth part. And make sure we go back, we turn off the magnet, go to 3D cursor for the pivot point. And now I'll go into arrow. And since now I'm not on the side view, but I do want to make sure that it's rotating on the correct axis. So I'll just hit X, and I'll adjust the and then also proportionals on. So rotate X, and yeah. So now I can rotate the teeth. And yeah, while we do that, might as well these as well. Up X. Oh, so just open the teeth a little bit. I'll probably bring the top one up as well. R X. Okay. So now we got our mouth movement. We could test it out by just dragging the value up and open. I mean, that looks good enough. You could always fine tune stuff. So yeah, so now what you want to do is make sure your mouth open is back to 0. So it's in the closed position. And just like what FireRat mentioned earlier, mouth open does work, but you yourself won't see it. So you do want to make sure that you also see your mouth moving if you look at the video of yourself. So what I would do, give me one moment to have a screenshot that I had. Okay. So in here, these are basically all the Vi seams that normally comes with a Ready Player Me avatar. Well, if you added the parameters. And we don't need to use all of them. So what I do is I just use the last 5. So basically A, E, I, O, U. If you do want to make them individually, you could also do that. It's just going to be pretty annoying. So I'm just going to use the same one for all of them at this point. So we don't have to spend hours trying to make each Vi seam. So basically Vi seam A, E, I, O, U. What I do is I just duplicate what we just made 5 times. Type it in. And also make sure that they are case sensitive. So in order for them to work, you do need to make sure you're typing in exactly how it is. So that's the A, E, I, O. U. There you go. So now if I want to test them, as you can see, when I move every single one of them, they will move the same. And as I mentioned earlier, if you do want to make them into proper movement, like let's say if the O, I would just make my mouth more like an O shape. U would be kind of like a kissy face kind of thing. So if you do want to individually adjust them, you could also do that. But I'm just going to keep them as is for now. So we do have our head ready. We have our body and the mouth. And next step, we will rig it. So first thing first, make sure everything is set back to 0. And I would export this into an FBX. So I go to File, Export, FBX. And as I mentioned last week, you do want to make sure that your apply scaling is set to FBX unit scale. And then you could also do apply transform here, but if you already manually done it, that's the preferred way to do it, because as you can see, if I hover it over, it does give you a warning saying it's experimental option, known to be broken with armature or animation. So I usually apply transform in the very beginning, and then yeah, that's it for here. We don't necessarily need to attach our texture with it, but if you do want to, that's fine too. So just go copy and then embed the textures. Sometimes it might still not work depending on what kind of shader you're using in Blender. Okay, so I will just export this into here. Yep, I'll just call it FBX export. And now we want to go into Mixamo. So Mixamo.com. Why I choose to use Mixamo Rig is because Banter is 100% compatible with all the Mixamo Bone names, and that's important. You could also manually rig it if you do choose to, but Mixamo just makes it so much quicker.
I think
do
it's
need to
important
have
to
an
point out
Adobe
it's the standard.
account.
I think it was 65. Sorry, but yeah, the standard 65 bone skeleton, not the one with less fingers. It has to be the standard full bone skeleton. And it doesn't support extra bones. Like some Mixamo characters will actually have extra bones for clothes and things, which don't work in Banter.
Yeah, for now. But I know Shane's working on some jiggly physics. It's not out yet, so maybe once those are out, then extra bones might be compatible, but we never know. Okay, so once you're logged into your Mixamo account, or basically your Adobe account, it's free. You don't have to pay for anything for Mixamo, so just sign up for an Adobe account if you need to. Go into upload character. And I will just grab that one from the desktop. Okay, so just drag in your FBX that we just exported. Take a few seconds and you should see your avatar in here. Oh, and also kind of important is you do want to make sure that your avatar is facing the correct way. So how you could tell is same thing with the gizmo up here. You do want it to face negative Y. So basically when you're looking at it, you will see Z at the top, Y that way, X to the right. Yeah, because if you have it backward, which would work fine too, but yeah, you might have to like adjust it once you put in Unity. But so it's best that you set it up properly to begin with. You can see here, I might have to do it again because I click out of it and sometimes it bugs out. So let me just do it one more time. Okay, so now it's already facing you, which is good. Just hit next. And basically just follow what this diagram showing you. You want to put the chin where the chin is. You put your wrists where your wrists are.
What do you do if it's all white?
Put your elbow.
I've had that before. I don't know. Because it actually downloaded with the textures. It's just Mixamo preview was white, so I just rigged it with it white and downloaded it, and it worked anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter because we would have to add the textures in Unity anyway. So why it's not white right now is because when I exported, I actually did go into here, path mode, copy, and embed. But keep in mind that sometimes it still won't attach because FBX is pretty picky with what's in the shader. So what I have discovered is that if you're in the shader editor, if you have some nodes that are not supported by FBX, then it won't attach. So that's the main reason why sometimes you download a model from Sketchfab, you put it in, and you also did the embed texture, and it still won't show up. That's the reason, because you have certain nodes in your shader editor that it's not supported by FBX. But
The
in
weird
this
thing for me
example, I did
was
make
that
sure.
when I when I downloaded
Yeah,
it
go ahead.
from Mixamo, it did actually have the texture on it. Like, it didn't show the texture on it, it showed it as white, but once I downloaded it, it had it on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be. It just behaves differently. It depends on what the setup is. But like I said, at the end of the day, it won't matter if it's white or have texture. You would probably have to manually add it in Unity sometimes, and that is fine. So don't freak out if you see a white, like, oh, why is my textures gone? Don't worry about it. Okay, so continue, knees, groin. Okay, and then we will go next. Oh, does this thing. Usually doesn't take too long. Now, as you can see, you could always make sure that everything is moving properly. So yeah, each fingers are all separated, and everything looks good. And yeah, I don't know, because Ghostdroid did tell me you could see the skeleton view, but every time I do this, it does this. But yeah, that's fine. It's yep. So hit next. And then next again, and you would see your avatar here in a T pose. So unless someone could figure out a better way eventually to find out the fix for the shoulder, because sometimes if I just export it right now as a T pose or original pose, when I put it in Banter, it does mess up the shoulder, or like the hands would be all looking messed up. So Ghostdroid has discovered that if you attach an animation to it, so he recommended using the warrior pose. So just search for warrior idol, you click that, and it'll basically add an animation to it. But that does fix the issue that the hand and the shoulders all messed up for whatever reason.
So there is issues with animations
Why my characters
and
have their
the
legs
armature and
bent.
stuff, because it will stay.
Yeah, I think that maybe why my legs are all
the
bent on mine like that. May try some different
Yeah,
animations, or
that
try
makes
an
sense,
A
but-
pose. I didn't try an A pose.
I recommend just using the A pose. Like
yeah,
I
maybe
said.
Yeah,
Sorry, like, there's
we're
a
not going to
delay
go
between
into
what I'm
that right
saying
now.
and
I know this
good.
works, so we'll just
But-
keep it as is. If someone would like to demonstrate a better version
Well,
later, you're
The
more than
whole
welcome
thing
to. This.
with the animation is it's really bad because it doesn't actually fix the armature really. Like, if you go into edit mode of the armature, there's two different poses. There's poses. There's a rest mode, rest pose, and a normal pose or something. It like the actual pose of the armature is still in the original pose or the A pose or be in the T pose. So it doesn't actually fix that pose. You have to do weird shit in Blender, which is annoying to get it to actually properly apply it to the mesh and not have it in T pose.
Well, supposedly T pose and A pose are supported in Banter. It's just that, yeah, for whatever reason, it's messed up. But like I said, I know this is a working way. I have not had time to experiment with the plugin that Fire shared, so I'm not gonna waste everyone's time trying to figure something out right now. So I'm just gonna show
Sure,
something
but the plugin
that
just simply switches the
Ghostdroid's
pose.
been.
If anyone else wants to try it, you can just use a plugin to switch the pose rather than messing around with this animation
Yeah,
stuff.
or
which
you
seems
can
like a
try
really
it
stupid way
and
of doing
test it, and then let me know if it works.
I'm sure it works.
So yeah,
We'll try it out.
yeah, so, yeah. Go test it out, and then please share it.
But I don't know if that's actually the problem
And,
that
yeah.
is with the avatars, because if they really do support T and A pose, it should work with either pose. But having to switch to an echo is
Exactly.
a silly workaround.
Exactly. So that's why I'm just showing a method that currently works. I know it's not the best way, but at least it works for the time being. So if you could figure out how to fix that weird shoulder and hand issue, you're more
Like,
than welcome to
The
share
animation
with
thing,
everybody.
it doesn't really work. It kind of looks like it works, but it doesn't really work. Like Ghostroid's legs were messed up, and your shoulders are still messed up when I saw you moving around with it. Like when you said, "Oh, this is the fixed version," it still looked
Okay,
messed up to me.
well, I don't know. So all these avatars that I have imported, I have been using this way. Like, does it look messed up to you, or?
This avatar you're using right now, was it in a T-pose that you moved to A-pose?
No, I used the animation trick.
Well, your right thumb is really long for some reason.
I do notice
which I
that,
don't
but
know
that's
if
just the
anything to do
rigging
with it,
issue.
but
This is not a good example. So let's look at this one.
What
This
works?
one has correct
Move your
thumb.
arms up and down, because it's in your shoulders where I saw it's. I don't know. This one seems better than the other one that I saw.
So
It's
all
still a
these
little bit
ones, I'm
messed up,
using
actually.
Ghost Roy's trick by adding the anime. Oh no, not this one. This is the broken one. So this one. So I don't know. Does this look right to you?
You're invisible. I can't see you right now.
Well, it'll take a few seconds. Just downloading for you.
Like, it's definitely better than the broken one, but it's still not. Like, I don't know, it could just be something with the avatar itself, actually, but when you look up, it doesn't look great on the arm there. Like, I don't know. Either way, this whole animation thing is not a great way of doing it. Like, actually, do it. Download the animation version of the thing in Blender. But I mean, put it in Blender and have a look at it. See how messed up it is when you actually try to apply things, because it applies the mesh in a separate location from the bones and shit like that. It messes it up fully.
Yeah. Anyways, once we have a better way, we'll definitely share. And FireRed, you're more than welcome to experiment. Make sure you find like an actual proper fix. Then yeah, we could all go from there. Once you
The
figure
script
it
that
out.
I shared, the plugin that I shared with you, it basically just moves the bones into the proper position. Like, it just poses the avatar, and that's
Yeah, have
the
you
best
tested
way of
it?
doing it.
Have
No,
you tested
I haven't
it?
personally tested it. I haven't had time. I've been doing other
Yeah,
shit,
then if you
but
could
I'm sure
please
it'd
test
work.
it, make sure that it's actually a proper fix, then we could share with everybody.
It's definitely more of a proper fix than using an animation to try to mess with the position of things, honestly. It definitely would work better than that. Without me testing it, I know it will work better than that.
Okay, well then try it, please. Okay, so for now we're just gonna download this. I should just rename it to rigged. Just save it to the same. So now I basically have another version here with that is rigged. You can also open it and look at it. It does have the animation in there, but you can see it's moving pretty good. So what you want to do is add it into Unity now. So I know last week we have already gone through the process of setting up a Unity project and install the SDK, but I will go over that once again. So what you want to do is go to bantervl.com and you would go to the docs tab And here, install Unity SDK, there's this link here. It also tells you which Unity version to use, but this is completely wrong. You would never find this version. It's supposed to be 6000.3.2 F1. F2 that does not exist. So please keep that in mind. And click here, Banter installer, and you could just download that. Just have it in the same, yeah. So what you want to do now is open your Unity Hub. If you don't have Unity Hub, you could go to Google, search for Unity Hub, and just download for Windows, Linux, Mac, whichever platform you're using. Once you have done that, install it. You'll have to have a Unity account. So make sure to set that up. And we would, after you open the Unity Hub, go to the Installs tab. And at the top right, you would see Install Editor. So you click that. And you go into Archive, because it's an older one. And it will actually provide you the link to go to the archive of Unity, and you just have to click on, I think it's under long-term support, so LTS, and find that version 6000.3.2 F1. Right here, so 6003.2 F1. And as I mentioned, if you try to find F2 for this version, you will never find it. It does give you a warning. It's just telling you there's been an issue where it mistakenly identifies packages that has signature as no signature, which is wrong. So you could just ignore those warnings. And you hit install, and it will basically bring it up to your Unity Hub. And I have it installed already, so that's why I'm just telling you it's already installed. If you have not installed it, you should be seeing a green like so. And in here, you would have to check mark a few things that you are required to have for Banter. So right now, the Visual Studio is checked. You could keep that checked. And then Android build support, you do want to make sure you check mark those and the two things that it comes with. So check mark all those three. And then when you scroll down a little bit, you would see Windows build support. So you also want to check mark that, because I already have it installed, so it's already showing that I have it. And yeah, basically that's it. And then you hit next or whatnot. It will start downloading everything, installing them. It will probably take 5-10 minutes, depending on your computer speed, internet speed, stuff like that. And once you have that, you would see it in here, which is your installed thing. And now we want to create a new project. So you go to new project. Make sure you edit the version. You're selecting the one that Banter's using. So 3.2 F1. And down here, you will see a bunch of templates. And I've mentioned this last week. You do not want to use the SRP ones. Those are basically universal render pipeline. It's not Banter supported. And what you want to do is the 3D built-in render pipeline. And you won't see it at the top. They actually hide them at the very bottom. So you'll see it around here before you install it. So you click it, it'll download it. And once it's downloaded, then it'll be at the top. And as you can see in the Unity Hub here, I just noticed this notification today I think it's just brand new. It's just saying that the built-in render pipeline is depreciated for Unity Editor version 6.5 and newer. So, but which is fine because I do not think that Banter will be moving to universal render pipeline. So as long as Banter's still gonna be continue using a Unity 6, 5 and under, built-in render pipeline will still be there. So once again, select your editor version, go to the very bottom, you would see 3D render, built-in render pipeline. Install that template, select it, it'll be like this. And now I just have to name my my project. So my avatar test. And then just hit create project. Make sure you save it to wherever directory you want it to be. Create project. And it'll take a little while to load, and we already downloaded our Banter SDK, so we'll just wait for that.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm in a meeting. Hold on.
Me either.
While we're waiting for those, I will show you guys the plugin that FireRed has mentioned. So if anyone would like to test it out, it's this one, T2A Pose Converter. So it's a GitHub repo. So it's basically converts a T pose to A pose. I have not tested it yet, so that's why I do not want to experiment with it at the moment. But if anyone do want to test it, you're more than welcome to try it to see if we could skip the animation kind of trick that we use to fix the weirdness of the hands and the shoulders. So once again, this Cat Hut T2A Pose Converter. If anyone could test it, and feel free to share your results in the Avatar Makers channel in the Banter Discord. Oh, and if you have not joined the Banter Discord, I strongly encourage you to do so. You could just go to the Banter website, and there's this Discord tab at the top right. And just accept the invite, and you will be in the Banter Discord. And once you're in there, very important, you do need to go into Grab My Role, which is under Getting Started. And in here, it's asking, do you want to build spaces in Banter? So in order for you to see the Space Makers channel as well as the Avatar Makers channel, you do have to click this Earth icon, which is right here. So then you would see the Space Makers channel as well as the Avatar Makers as well as Avatar stuff, share something useful. Yeah, so you do have to click that Earth icon in order to see all of these. All right. So now our Unity project is opened. It's giving you an error saying this project contains one or more packages with errors. Do you want to open it? You could just hit dismiss forever, because that was just that warning it was telling us earlier about this particular Unity version is falsely flagging packages that have no signature, basically, but they do actually have a signature. Okay, so in here we are gonna install our Banter SDK. We've downloaded it earlier. You could just double click on it or drag it into the projects tab. Either way, you will have this pop up. Just say import. It'll take a few minutes.
Don't know.
And same thing, if you're creating a world, it's the same process. So when you create avatar or world, it's the same SDK. So it'll do its own thing. There are a bunch of pop-ups that you're gonna see in a bit.
Yeah.
While we wait, if anyone have any questions, feel free to step up over here, and I will answer them for you. And I'll megaphone you, and then I'll answer them. So, if anyone have any questions, this is your chance. Please do come up here.
Can you tell us where to find the SDK?
Sure. So, to find the SDK, you want to go to band2vl.com. And then on top of here, you do see the Docs tab. So you're going to click the Docs tab. And then in here, basically the first one, install Unity SDK. So you click that. And step 1, this link here. So you just have to click it, it'll download it to wherever, and this is where you get the Banter SDK. Right, let's see. So yep, so same thing as you can see. I just installed the Banter SDK. Now it's giving me this invalid signature error, which is fine. You could just close it out. Put some clothes back on. Okay, so you would see this pop-up saying install basis package. This is required, so you do want to make sure you hit OK. Also install the Aura package. That's also required, so hit OK. And then it will tell you missing banter layers and tags. Hit yes, so it'll set that all up for you. And currently in the SDK, you might also see that pop up from time to time whenever you open your project. You just hit yes.
I thought they fixed that.
They have not.
Damn it.
Same thing, invalid signature, it's fine, close it. New scope register variable, yeah, okay, close. Okay, so now as you can see, you just have the Banter tab up here now, and you could open the Banter Builder, and you should see this. And first thing I always like to do, you want to connect your SideQuest account with the SDK. This is basically required if you're doing avatars. If you're doing spaces or world, you could manually upload them. But as far as I know, with avatars, you do have to connect your account. So I'll just click this SDQ link here, and you'll get this screen on your SideQuest website. Just type in that exact same number, 616-462. You want to link to Banter? Yes, link now. And it'll take a few seconds, and then you should see your username that being linked. There you go. Hi, Vanquisher. wait for it to load stuff. I'll see if we'll experience some errors later on, because I know they still haven't fixed the SDK. I know they tried, but yeah, there's some bugs still continuously being there.
One thing I wanted to ask.
Yep, so now
you
it's
downloaded
telling you
the-
again it's...
Sorry, the delay.
Yep, go ahead.
But so is the Git SDK link not recommended anymore?
I would not recommend it in case you have not have Git installed on your computer. You won't be able to actually get it to work, but I believe it's the same SDK anyways. But just to save yourself some headache, I do recommend downloading it directly from the Banter website instead of using the Git link. Because as I mentioned, if you do not have Git installed on your computer, it won't work for you, and then you have to go through all the troubleshooting to get that to work as well. So I would recommend just downloading it directly from here, because it is basically the same SDK. If you use the Git link, you're more than welcome to do that, but all the bugs that you're going to be experiencing is going to be the same.
Yeah, I just.
So as you can see now, it's it should still work. It should be the same. So what that does is this package here is basically just help you download the stuff from the Git repo without you needing to have Git installed on your computer. Yeah, because they're using this thing called what was it called? Open UPM basically. So Open UPM is basically a open thing Unity package manager or management. It's basically for people to create their own packages. Yeah, and if you do want to download, insert from a Git URL, you go to the Banter. I think it's under SideQuest VR or something like that, and then you could paste the Git URL there too. But like I said, you do need to have Git installed on your computer in order for that to work. So just to make it more simple, use the UPM option, Open UPM, which is just basically the Unity package that you download. It's just simpler. Okay, so now we are back here. I'm just gonna try something. I'll probably give me a bunch of error, and it would be a good opportunity for me to show how to fix them. So I'll just hit the play button, go into play mode. And see, it just keeps popping up saying it's missing that layer tag, whatever. That's fine, just hit yes. Okay, and right now I'm actually, yep, I am getting all those 999 plus error. And this is a good opportunity for me to show how to fix this. And there's couple things that we would need to actually do to get rid of these errors. So we want to close out the project completely. Go back to your Unity Hub and then open that project again, and it should send us to save mode. Oh, it actually doesn't take us to save mode. But yeah, we'll see, because once we build something and whatnot, like it usually gives you the error again. So I'm just gonna ignore that for now. Okay, so back to the project. We could create a new scene or use the sample scene. I'm just gonna create a new scene here. Just call Horizon Road Avatar. I'll open up. That's a folder. Whatever. Great. Scene. New scene. Okay, so once we have the scene here, what we want to do is copy your rigged avatar as well as your texture. So supposedly you should already have your texture map when you got your avatar. If not, you could always just go to your image editor, find the image of your atlas, and then you could go into image and then save as a PNG, and we have that right there already. So we will copy that over to our project. So we have the rigged avatar FBX as well as the texture. Drag that in. And as you can see, my avatar already has the texture on it, which is good. Normally, the first thing I would always do is extract the material, so you could actually edit the material. By what I mean is, if you look at your avatar now and you try to edit anything, it's grayed out. You won't be able to change anything on here. So I just go to the FBX itself. Click extract material. You could save it in the same folder, and now I have a separate material. And sometimes you might not see the texture map. It might not be connected properly by default, which is fine because we did import the texture map earlier, so you could just manually drag that into the albedo field. And it's the same thing if you're creating worlds. You might also experience that when you import any FBX. So that would be a way to fix your texture. Okay, so from here, I do not really like how shiny it is. You could always adjust the smoothness and all that. If you want to make it very optimized for Quest users, you could always go to mobile, diffuse, and now basically it just removes any reflection or stuff like that. So for this one, I'll just keep it like this, using mobile diffuse. And sometimes if you want to do something cooler, you could always put in other shaders, stuff like that. So as you can see, my Christmas tree, I'm using Fire Rat's shader to do all those blinking lights. So as you can see, my Christmas tree have blinking lights. That's because I'm using custom shader. And also like Ghost Droids, it's like semi-translucent with his bird, and those are also using custom shaders. Okay, so now we have this in here. I always set it to 0 point. It does not really matter, but I just like to keep it organized, so I'll set it to 0. And as you can see right now here, the scale is 1:1:1, which is exactly what you want it to be. If you see it as 100, it will probably give you some issues once you import it into Banter. So as I was mentioning earlier, this is why we apply the transform to keep the scale at 1:1:1, but then also when you export it as an FBX, you want to make sure that apply scaling is set to FBX unit scale instead of all local, because it will set everything to 100 if you do not use the FBX unit scale. Okay, so now we have our avatar in. Yeah, go ahead.
With the error thing, I do want to ask, because you never, I didn't seem like you fully explained that. So you got all these 999 plus errors. All you did was restart Unity and then it fixed it. You didn't have to change anything. You didn't have to do anything else. Is that how it normally works? You fix the errors
I have not
by just
fixed
restarting Unity?
I have
Okay,
not fixed
yeah.
it.
So you were going to still go
That's-
over that.
Yes, because usually I
Okay.
want to show you guys the other part, which also gives me another error, which is the whatever framework 2.0 that you have to set it back to framework.
Yes.
Usually that only happens after I try to build something, so that's why I'm trying to wait until I build the avatar first. I might run into some issue. I'm not sure if it does it for avatar, but for world, it would always go into that, and then it will send me to safe mode if I close it and open it. So I'm trying to build it first to see if it actually do the same thing for avatars.
Okay.
So back to here. If I just try, you go back to your Banter Builder tab. If you don't see it, go to Banter Builder. And when you try to drag it in, it won't let you. It will just say add it to hierarchy first, unpack it too. So you need to right click on it, go to prefab, unpack completely. It needs to be not a prefab, because if it's a prefab, you'll see it as like a little blue box icon. So I'm just gonna unpack it. And now I would be able to drag it in. And since we already named our head mesh as head, it automatically detects it. If it doesn't, you would probably see something like this. You just have to drag the head, press plus, and then drag the head in there. It is actually important to let it know what is the head mesh, because I have tested it with our head mesh. The mouth movement would still not work. It needs to know which is the head in order for the mouth movement to work. So now, we're just gonna change the eye position. You hit edit, and you can see we go to orthographic view. This is where my eye is currently coming out from. So you kind of just want to position it to basically right in front of your eyes. I usually put it like outside of the skin, like so, but same level as the eye. And then press done, and then left foot ground pose, right foot ground pose. And I figured that if your avatar it's properly sized, then it works the best. Or else if you might have to like drag this down a little bit further, or else other people would see your foot in the ground. For this demonstration, I'm just gonna put it right where it's leveled and see if it would actually be leveled properly, because I did try to set it to about the same scale as the Ready Player Me avatar. Oh, and then also you could just, instead of dragging the second one, you could use the mirror left POS and then hit done. And you do also need to hit the reset rotation first before you move it, so then it's actually proper. Okay, so is this avatar public? I don't want anyone to clone my avatar. You could close that. If you're sharing your avatar, you could have that on. And now let's build it and see if it works. If it does give us errors, then we'll probably have to do that save mode fix. We'll see. then once you're done, once it's uploaded, you should see me change into it real quick. Yeah, it does say built successfully.
My internet's really slow, and it takes a long time to upload after it says build successful.
But we'll see, because it's still compiling scripts.
If you look at the logs tab, I think it might say
And-
more information.
Yep, actually that's exactly where I'm gonna show you guys the fix now. As you can see, it does say avatar built successfully, but now we are encountering the error that I mentioned earlier. So as you can see, asset bundle build failed, and that's fine because now we are gonna close out the project. Make sure you save whatever things you have done. And now when we open it, it will send us to save mode. Unfortunately, this is something that has been around for a while already. It's still not fixed. It's just something with the SDK, and everyone would experience these errors. So yeah, just open the project again, and it should send us to save mode this time. There you go. So now, as you enter save mode, yes. So, there's only one thing you need to change now in order to get rid of this error. It actually tells you what you need to do as well. So if you see errors, always read them, because usually they already give you the solution of how to fix your issue. So it's saying Odin Inspector is incapable of compiling source code against the .NET Standard 2.0 API. You can change the API capability level in the player settings. So we go to Edit, Project Settings. Under Player, you would see here API capability level. It is set to .NET Standard 2.0. So you want to set it to .NET Framework. And the weird thing is, after you install the SDK, or even before you install the SDK, it is already a .NET Framework. It's only when you try to build something, then it somehow switches it, and then you run into all these errors. But once you set it back to it once, you should not have to deal with this again. And while after you've done that, you might still say, hey, it's not working because it's still compiling. So just wait for this to compile. It'll pop up like this too. It just takes a few seconds. Wait for that's done. It should automatically take you out of save mode. Yeah,
My
same thing as
experience-
asking you to banter layer. Just hit
My experience
yes.
has been a little bit different. Like I, install the SDK, and then after the SDK is installed, I go there and specifically check if it's .NET Framework or 2.1, and then I change it if it's set to the wrong one, and then it's fine from there. And then it also, do you need to put it in safe mode? Because I've never had to close and relaunch it and put it in safe mode. I always just go to the settings, change it there, and then it seems to work.
In my experience, if earlier before I close it and open it, I go in here to see it is already a .NET Framework for whatever reason. You could ask Designer Girl, that's what she was experiencing as well. So I don't know. It could be my computer, it could be something I do not know. But I'm just showing ways that from my experience. So if you experience something different, you could try to fix it your way.
Yeah.
But at
It
the
does
end of
seem
the day, it's
inconsistent.
gonna be the same. Yeah, it's gonna be. You would experience these error no matter what at this current state with the SDK. Because, like earlier, if I don't close it, I just go straight into project settings and look at it. It would be showing it as .NET Framework. For whatever reason, I have to always close it. It takes me to save mode, and then I can change it. Or else, when I just go in here and look at it, it's correct. It is mind-boggling. I do not know why, but it could just be my computer. And I know Designer Girl also experienced the same thing. So, who knows? And one more thing, since now we're in here, is the if you go into play mode, which is really unnecessary in when you're making avatar. It really is gonna be useful when you're making a world. But as you can see now, when I go into play mode, I'm still getting these 999 error plus, and that's also an easy fix. You could just go to edit, project setting. I think it's, yeah, under player as well. And that's part of the controller. Yeah, so here, active input handling. So this one, as you can see, by default is set to input system package. You want to set it to both. And then hit apply. It will restart your project.
I wanna see.
So that's why what I do is, when I fix the... Go ahead, FireRat.
Sorry, I hate this delay. It's so bad speaking because it's always like 5 seconds after I say something that actually anyone hears it. Anyway, the thing is, with that project settings, the .NET Framework thing, one time I actually had to go specifically to the Android tab and change on the Android tab. Like, it changed on the Windows tab, but not on the Android tab.
And that's your
Which is not the
experience.
common
That's good to
thing.
know. I never had to do that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so I mean, it really depends. Everyone might have different experience through all these things. If you do have any errors, whatnot, the best way, and you can figure it out, best way, like I said, go to the Banter Discord under the Space Maker channel or Avatar Maker's channel. Post your errors in there, take a screenshot, so then people could actually help you understand what error you're having. It's very important that you actually share your console log, stuff like that, because if you're just saying, "Oh, I'm having some errors on the editor," people won't be able to help you because we don't know what's wrong. Console log, copy and paste that, take a screenshot of it. That's going to be very helpful. So now, after I've changed the that settings, so we could go back and take a look now. Player. .NET Framework is still good. And then also the active input handling is still set to both. And now we should not have any errors anymore from now on. But these are pain points that you would probably get after you install the SDK. And as you can see, it's still saying missing those layers. Just hit yes. It's not a big deal. And now I'm still getting 2 errors. One is about the TCP server, blah, blah, blah. And the other one's about new reference exception. These 2, I think you could safely ignore them. So don't worry. But now at least, yeah, we can move around in play mode. And we should be able to build our avatar without the errors anymore. So same thing. We'll just add that into the avatar drop down. And all the stuff that we have done earlier has been saved. so we don't have to redo those. Could set it not public if you don't want anyone to use it. Build, and so you'll also get like this root rotated pop up sometimes. Just hit continued. Okay, so now says build complete successfully. And yep, same thing, all these pop up, just say yes. And now as you can see, I have changed into it. Not sure if you guys can see it. And I think the shoulder and hands are looking correct. How does it look for you guys? Are my feet in the ground?
No, your feet are above ground. And grip your hands.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
looks good.
Looks good.
Hands are good.
Yep. So like I mentioned, the currently way that I know for sure would help you fix the shoulder issue or the hand issues is by adding that warrior pose animation. I know not everyone likes that, but that's the way that I know works. So that's why I'm sharing it. If any one of you could figure out a different way to fix it, please do share with everybody.
Do some testing and playing
And
around.
as you can see, my mouth is also moving, which is good. Test, testing 1, 2. My mouth moving for you guys. Test. Testing 1, 2.
Not a lot, but yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit,
Just
yeah.
a little bit. It's
But
cool.
yeah, but also depending on how loud I put myself or whatnot, right? If I increase my audio to 500, oh yeah, it does move a little bit more. But 1,000, holy shit! Now they make it into 1,000 now. Bob's not gonna like that.
No, you're peeking the fuck out, Vanquisher. That was horrible.
Yeah, because they have it at 1,000 now. Bob was complaining that they had it at 500 before, and now they make it into 1,000.
Yeah.
Okay,
Can I ask you
So-
a question, please?
so yeah. Yes, yeah, let me megaphone you first, so then everyone else can hear you. Give me one moment.
Will this meeting be where?
Right, you megaphoned.
Okay, will we be able to pull this back up like later on to be able to have this to look at for later or another day?
Yes, I believe very nice. Has been recording this, so he should be uploading it into our Discord channel.
Where would we go to find it? Where would we go to find it uploaded at?
Yeah, so Barry usually posts it in the Banter Discord. So if you're seeing my screen right now, as you can see, if you go to the Space Makers channel, you could scroll back up a bit. You could see some videos that Barry has posted, so like these ones. So yeah, so he could pretty much just share it under the Avatar Makers channel. Yeah, so this is one of the older ones that we did before. So yeah, so Barry has shared that one. So I'm pretty
Yeah, we
sure
can hear
Barry
you.
will post them in the
Good, Barry.
Discord. Or I'm guessing if
Thank
you
you.
go to Banter Barry's YouTube channel.
Thank you, Barry.
Sorry, just give me one moment. Someone is oh, they're unlisted. Okay, yeah. So, but yeah, just under our banter Discord. And sorry, someone is blowing the snow outside, so it's hard to hear for me to hear anything right now.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Okay, so I hope this has helped with getting your avatar up. I know we only have about 10 minutes left to the end of the event, but I do want to quickly show you guys something really cool because I know you guys like to. Yeah, thank you. I know you guys do like to build in game. And the great news is Eileen has
can't hear
fixed
you.
up the AI builder in Banter. So you guys can actually start building directly in the game itself. You don't need to use Unity. You don't need a computer. You could just do it all directly on your headset. So I'm just before I'm gonna go into that. Anybody else have any questions about the avatars? Yes, designer girl. Let me megaphone you.
Thank you.
Yep, you megaphoned.
It's probably nothing you can fix, but I noticed that when you speak, your mouth movements are greatly reduced in Banter. They don't seem to be as pronounced because I made some really nice blend shapes for my warrior girl.
Yes.
And when she's in, she looks like she's kind of whispering. Is that something you know about then?
Yes.
Is that something you know about then?
I do have a fix for that actually. So when earlier when we were working on the mouth movement, if you actually exaggerate it, then it would be more prominent. So for example, so I've imported some of these Fortnite avatars. I think, yeah, let's say this one. So this one, I don't know if you can see right now, it might take a few seconds for it to load. But when I'm talking right now, this one's mouth movement is bigger, right? Testing
Yeah,
1 2.
that's how I was kind of expecting.
Testing 1 2 3.
Yeah.
Testing 1 2 3. Yeah, so this mouth movement is a lot bigger because if I open the the Blender project.
Yeah, I was just checking it wasn't anything I've done wrong. It was so we just have to exaggerate them. Yeah.
So yeah, so as you can see, this is the avatar here, mouth movement. Because look when I open it all the way up, see how big it is. So it is. If you exaggerate it more, then it would then it would
Wow.
it would help with that small little movement. As far as I know, this is the only way currently to fix that.
Is it?
It's probably just their
Why is it like
fine-tuning,
that?
like the games.
Oh, okay, got it.
They probably just have to fine-tune it,
Okay.
like for the game itself. So I don't know. Maybe they will eventually change it to make it better. But at this time being, just exaggerate your mouth movement. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Ultimately, they need to fix that in the game.